Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a DYU SP1, a compact folding electric bike that brings a fresh, innovative approach to the urban mobility. At the first glance, it's clear that this is not just another ordinary e-bike. Its lightweight construction of only about 14 kilograms, a removable LG battery that also serves as a power bank, and a 250-watt motor with a torque sensor make it unique in its category. It is precisely such a smart solution that intrigued us the most and why we couldn't wait to try it out in real conditions. In this video review we will show you how it behaves when riding, how practical it is for everyday use, and whether the DYU SP1 can become one of the most interesting urban electric bikes we have tested so far. When the DYU SP1 arrived, the first thing we noticed was its compact box. Thanks to the foldable design, the package is significantly smaller than what we are used to with the classic electric bikes. After opening the box, it's immediately clear that the manufacturer takes care of protection during transport. The bike is carefully protected, all the more sensitive parts are additionally secured, and the frame is coated so that it reaches the user without unwanted damage. Now, along with the bike, we also received this smaller box with additional items. Inside there is some handy tools, pedals, front and rear compact rechargeable light, charger with adequate U adapter, and of course the SP1 user manual. Preparing the ride takes only a few minutes. After installing the basic elements, pumping up the tires and charging the battery, the bike was ready for its first outing on the road. Already during the first handling, it became clear to us that the entire philosophy of this model is focused on practicality. At only about 14 kilograms, it's easy to lift, bring it into apartment or the office when combined riding with the train and other forms of transport. This everyday practicality is one of the greatest advantages of this SP1. The frame lines are elegant, all elements seem harmoniously connected, and the electrical system is very discreetly integrated. The frame is made of a 6061 aluminum alloy using 3D folding technology that allows for the creation of strong and lightweight structure. The entire structure leaves a very good first impression. The frame feels solid, there is no unnecessary movement, and the folding mechanism works precisely and safely. The greatest advantage of this design comes only when you start using the bike every day, because beautiful design is always welcome, but with a product like this, the real value comes from how much it makes your life easier, and that's where the SP1 starts to show its greatest advantage. One of the first things we wanted to look at was the folding system, because with this type of bike it's not just only additional function but one of the main reasons why users will choose it at the first place. With the DYU SP1 we immediately noticed that the entire process was made with the idea of simplicity in mind. Everything feels natural, and after a few tries the whole process becomes something you can do almost automatically. In just a few moments the bike goes from the full size to a compact form that takes up significantly less space. The aluminum frame weighs only 14 kilograms, will easily carry every day, and even going down the stairs will not be a problem. The SP1 will especially suit urban young people who live dynamic life and often change their mode of transportation. For the SP1, the handlebars and the seat are height adjustable, which allows it to be adapted to the different heights and riders. According to the constructions of the 20-inch folding frame and the seating position, this model is best suited for the adults with the approximate height of the 140 to 195 centimeters, while the maximum recommended rider weight is around 120 kilograms. Now we come to the part that is perhaps the most important reason why this bike is so interesting: its removable battery. With the most electric bikes, the battery is something you only think about when you need to charge it. The SP1 uses a small removable LG lithium 24-volt 5-amp battery, which was developed primarily for everyday city riding. According to the manufacturer, it's possible to travel between 25 to 30 kilometers per charge depending on the rider's weight, terrain configuration, and the level of motor assistance. The battery charges about 3 to 4 hours, and thanks to the removable design, there is no need to bring the entire bike into your apartment or office. You just need to remove the battery and charge it whenever it suits you best, work or school, which brings great convenience and additionally freedom during everyday use. This simple feature significantly changes the way you use it. It's small as a larger smartphone or power bank and fits in any pocket. It is a very interesting concept because it shows that the manufacturer did not think only about the ride itself but about the entire user experience. After detailed inspections of the structure and the battery, the moment came that interested us the most: how the DYU SP1 behaves when you sit on it and start riding. Because at the end of the day, no matter how practical the bike is, the most important thing is the feeling while riding. Already at the first startup, we noticed that the character of this bike is completely different from the more powerful electric bikes we have previously tested. The 25-volt motor is not designed to impress with the raw power but to provide natural and pleasant assistance during everyday riding. When we start turning the pedals, the motor assistance was turned on very smooth and without sudden transitions. The bike didn't feel like it was pulling you, but rather as if it's simply making every movement easier. This feeling is more suitable for city riding. The bike also is equipped with the Shimano 7-speed transmission that allows for easy adjustment to different riding situations. On the flat city streets, we can use a lighter gear and maintain speed more comfortably without unnecessary strain, while on easy climbs, by simply shifting gears, we can reduce effort and let the motor do its job more efficiently. One of the technologies that left perhaps the biggest impression during our testing was the torque sensor that the DYU SP1 used to control the motor assistance. Already after the first few meters of riding, we felt that the bike followed our movement much more naturally. When we pressed the pedal slightly, the motor assistance was gentle and almost impeccable, while when we pressed the pedals harder, the motor proportionally increased the support. When stopping and starting again or going through the parts of the city where you often have to change speed, the bike reacts very naturally and does not create that feeling that you are fighting against the electronics. Instead, you have the feeling that the system is working together with you. This is exactly what we expect from a modern city electric bike, not to completely replace your effort but to intelligently supplement it. After a few rides through the city, it became clear that the SP1 is actually intended for compact dimensions, and low weight allow for easy handling, so the bike can easily maneuver through the traffic, narrow bike paths, and places where the larger electric bikes would be less practical. Changing direction is quick, reactions are immediate, and the upright sitting position allows for a good view of everything that is happening around you. The SP1 is not made for escaping civilization, it's made for the city life. The 12-inch wheels provide a good balance between compactness and stability. They are smaller than the wheels on the classic city bikes, but large enough to keep the bike safe and comfortable while riding. On a flat city surface, the ride is very pleasant and the bike easily goes over minor irregularities in asphalt. Of course, you have to be realistic. It's not a model in which we will seek out the most difficult terrain and gravel paths. Its strength is exactly where the manufacturer imagined it, in the city. Now, with any electric bike, safety must be important as performance, because a higher average speed means that the bike must be able to stop safely. The SP1 is equipped with 160mm TR disc brakes that provides to be very reliable during our testing. We particularly like the control they provide. Braking is not sudden and unpleasant but progressive, which means that the rider can dose the braking force very precisely. This is a great advantage in the city traffic because it's often not necessary to come to the complete stop, but only to quick adjust the speed to the situation in front of you. Whether it's pedestrians, traffic light or unexpected obstacles, a good feel on the brake levers provide additional safety. Another detail that shows that the SP1 is made for everyday use is its lighting. The front and rear rechargeable Osram LED lights do not only serve to make its bike look more modern, but also have a real function of increasing safety. The front light illuminates the area in front of the bike well enough, while the rear light makes it easier for other road users to notice you. This is especially important for people who use the bikes to commute to the work, as they often ridden early in the morning or after work hours when lighting conditions are not ideal. After fully testing the SP1, we can say that this is one of those products where the one particular specification is not the reason to buy, but the whole philosophy behind it. This electric bike is not made for users looking for extreme performance, the biggest motor or the biggest battery. It's made for people who value practicality, for people who want a vehicle that they can use every day without thinking about where they will store it, how they will charge it, or whether they will be able to transport it when the drive is over. The biggest advantages of this model are the simplicity and flexibility. The lightweight allows the easy carrying, the foldable design opens up the possibilities of easy portability, and the removable battery that also serves as a power bank brings a whole new level of practicality. Its purpose is clear: to be a smart city transport that will make your movement easier every day. And that's exactly why this bike has its own special place. DYU SP1 is just such a product, practical, light, innovative, and made for the modern urban lifestyle. All official purchase links and current promotional prices are below in the video description, so be sure to take a look. Hurry up and grab your DYU SP1 today while you have a chance. That's all for this review. You can like the video, support us with a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to be among the first to see our new reviews on the latest tech product. Thank you for watching and see you in the next review. Until then, bye.